Happy Monday. The time is 4:44 and it is a warm and muggy start to the day. We've got more sweltering heat taking hold of us again for our Monday, but things are starting to trend in a somewhat cooler direction starting tomorrow and beyond. So the heat wave will finally break as our pattern shifts in the coming days. But still today we have an excessive heat warning in effect, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We've had these for days now. Another scorcher of an afternoon on the way. But tomorrow, a little less hot, and then Wednesday through the weekend will be right around typical summertime average heat and humidity, so that's something to look forward to. However, with that comes increasing rain and storm chances that do begin tomorrow and last throughout the rest of the week. Well, that does kind of help, though, with the cooling effects. But today, rain and storms will once again be kind of hard to come by, and our high temperatures will climb right into the mid to upper 90s by this afternoon. 97 in Covington and end in Slidell, 96 degrees in Kenner. The record is 99, so I think we're safe today, but it's still going to be very hot. And with that humidity, of course, our heat index values can get above 110 degrees throughout the afternoon. It's already pretty uncomfortable this morning. It feels like the 90s during the morning hours, triple digits during the afternoon and early evening, and then even through later tonight, it'll likely still feel like the 90s. So we're pretty used to this heat by now, but don't get too used to it. Try to pay attention to your body outside today. If you're getting too hot, just take some breaks in the shade, drink that water. You know the drill at this point. Live radar, nothing going on locally, though there are some robust showers and storms off to our north and to our east. We do not have to deal with these this morning, though later today during the late afternoon and evening, we might get a couple showers and storms moving through, especially on the North Shore and in South Mississippi. This model is showing some for the morning, so we can maybe have a few passing showers on the North Shore and South Mississippi, but I think later throughout the afternoon is our best bet for that scattered rain and storm activity to get going. And that will last throughout the evening. It will be hit or miss, but some of those, you notice, can also slip to the South Shore. So we can get some more scattered showers and storms by the second half of today, even lasting through later tonight into the early overnight hours tomorrow. So we get a little bit more active when it comes to our rain and storms, especially Tuesday. I think Tuesday is going to be our wettest day that we've seen in quite some time. The morning should start dry Tuesday, but getting into the afternoon, you see this widespread rain and storm coverage. So tomorrow looking like a wet and stormy day. And today and tomorrow comes another risk for severe weather. We have a level 2 out of 5 today, level 2 out of 5 tomorrow for the gusty wind and the hail potential. We can also see some heavy rain and some frequent lightning, especially tomorrow as that storm coverage really kicks up. So pretty much identical days when it comes to the severe weather risks. That level 2 out of 5 highlighted here in yellow. Again, really the gusty wind potential is the top thing to look out for, and the hail. Quick look at the tropics. We have 2 tropical waves that we're tracking. Invest 92 and now another one right behind it. The one behind it has lower chances for development, though Invest 92 might become a tropical depression or a tropical storm in the coming days. GFS and the Euro still keep it on this westerly track. However, the GFS takes it more to the north. Euro takes it more to the west through the Caribbean, but the Euro has it weakening as it approaches the Caribbean. Time will tell. Don't have to worry about that here at home. Here's that 7-day forecast showing temperatures returning back to that typical summertime heat with more rain. Quiet start to the day. It's warm. We've got sunshine and blue sky. Here's a look at what's coming your way on the weather front. We do have some showers and storms on tap this afternoon. A couple stronger storms are possible, maybe giving us some hail, much like we've seen the last couple days. We had a couple stronger storms getting fired up during the second half of each day, and I think today is basically the same kind of pattern where late afternoon and evening can see a couple stronger storms. Heading into the latter half of the weekend and then all the way through next week, it looks like intense heat is going to make a comeback, so we're not done with it just yet. But at least for today, our high temperatures will top out in the lower 90s, 93 New Orleans, 90 degrees in Covington, 91 Slidell, so right around average for this time of year. We can deal with that today. And as we head throughout the afternoon hours, feels like temperatures maybe around 100 degrees up to 103, 105. Humidity basically on par for this time of year. It's a little humid, it's a little warm. And then heading into the evening hours, feels like temperatures will drop into the 90s, then eventually the 80s through late tonight. Current radar conditions showing some passing showers, especially through the Baton Rouge area. They're fizzling out. Most of us are dry, though. Lower bayou parishes dealing with some showers and storms right now, though they are luckily moving offshore. So you might have to get through that through the morning or the early afternoon hours, where the bayou parishes are seeing those showers kind of progressing on through and thunderstorms A lot of us, though, are going to be dry over the next 2, 3, 4 hours, but then we go throughout the middle afternoon. Rain and storms really start to get fired up, especially south of the lake. This is 2 o'clock and this continues into 5 o'clock. Widespread rain and storms look to be the story again today. We're monitoring the potential for a couple severe storms, possibly giving us our small hail risk and maybe even some gusty winds, in addition to those heavy downpours and frequent lightning. So we've got some more robust storms possible today. We don't have a severe risk, but we know, like we've been dealing with, some of these storms can end up being severe. It's not a guarantee for everyone. Still, today's storm threats are pretty hit or miss. Only about a 50% chance for showers and storms today, and tomorrow much of the same. During the afternoon, we'll see some showers and storms popping up. Here's a look at the tropics. This is Tropical Storm Brett. It is closing in on the Lesser Antilles. Winds are at 70 miles per hour right now, so it is just shy of hurricane strength, just shy of it. Still Tropical Storm Brett. Gusts up to 85 miles per hour, and it's continuing to move west at about 14 miles per hour, and it will continue to push westward through the Caribbean as we head into the weekend. And it's going to weaken as it moves to the Caribbean. So by Sunday, we're probably not even going to be talking about Brett. So that's something we'll be watching. Luckily, this stays away from the Gulf. It stays away from the United States, but the Lesser Antilles are dealing with tropical watches and warnings right now. Even St. Lucia has a hurricane watch because those winds have gone up. So if you are traveling here, if you have some family here, it's going to be some nasty weather over the next day or so. Another thing we've been keeping an eye on now is Tropical Depression 4. It is right behind Tropical Storm Brett, so pretty unusual that we have both of these going on this time of year. Winds are at 35 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Expected to move to the west and northwest with moderate strengthening possible. So it probably will become our next tropical storm, and then it will move to the northwest and just miss the Caribbean, and then eventually it should fizzle out by the middle of next week out in the open Atlantic Ocean. Couple reasons for that. We're dealing with some shear out in the Atlantic Ocean, some dry air, so Tropical Depression 4 should kind of get just kind of blown up and blown to pieces by next week, and that should stay away from the United States. And of course, Brett, we've been talking about, is eventually going to encounter some shear and dry air in the Caribbean and fizzle out later this weekend. So both of these, don't have to worry about these locally, don't have to worry about them in the United States or in the Gulf. And luckily, we are going to be not really worrying about the tropics here at home for at least the next few days. However, it does look like our next named storm can be Cindy, and that will be from Tropical Depression 4. We'll be watching that, though, if that does get upgraded. 7-day forecast showing those high temperatures soaring back up to the mid to upper 90s by the second half of next week. Well, we do have some scattered rain and storms happening along the coast right now. I think we'll see some widespread storms on tap today, especially south of the lake, but even some on the North Shore. A couple of those storms could end up being on the stronger side, much like we've been dealing with the last few days. It's not a guarantee for everybody, but the storms do have the capacity to turn a little bit stronger, maybe giving us some wind gusts, stronger wind gusts as we head into the afternoon hours, and some heavy downpours because some of these storms are moving pretty slowly. And we'll look at that in a second. As we head into the second half of the weekend and next week, though, we'll see lower rain chances, but the reason is we have more blazing hot temperatures coming our way. Our high temps will climb into the upper 90s as we go into the middle of next week. So we've got some more scorching heat coming our way. Today, though, we're talking more showers, more storm activity. Here's a look at live radar showing the rain and storms along our bayou parishes. Really moving awfully slowly at this point, dumping quite a bit of rainfall and producing quite a bit of lightning as well. Some of that can expand northward as we head into the afternoon. So maybe you're not seeing any showers and storms right now closer to New Orleans. You might get in on some of that activity over the next few hours. And again, they can be some slow movers, so we can expect some heavy pockets of rain, some heavy downpours, a lot of lightning in some cases, and some gusty winds, even small hail. So the isolated severe risk is there today. We don't technically have a risk for severe weather officially, but we can get some of these stronger storms popping up throughout the afternoon and early evening hours. Again, mostly south of the lake, though a couple can slip to the North Shore, not a guarantee. Still hit or miss variety no matter where you're at. Only have a 50% chance for today's storm coverage. All of that will wind down as we head into the evening hours. Tomorrow morning, we might start this kind of cycle again where we have some coastal showers and storms, and they start to kind of expand northward as we head into the afternoon. So tomorrow is almost the same as today in terms of the heat, humidity, and storm coverage. Heading into the afternoon hours, high temperatures will climb into the lower 90s. Showers and storms should wrap up as we head into 7, 8 o'clock tonight. We'll be left with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will cool off to the mid-70s. Heading into tomorrow morning. Heat index values this afternoon depends on if you get any showers. The showers will certainly help cool you down, but if not, feels like temperatures could be around 100 degrees or so. Feels like temperatures in the 90s this evening and then eventually the 80s heading into the evening hours. Quick look at the tropics. This is Tropical Storm Brett. It's passed through the Lesser Antilles, still moving to the west, still producing quite a bit of gusty winds and heavy rain along the Lesser Antilles right now, but it's continuing its westward jog at about 21 miles per hour, still producing winds at 60 miles per hour and gusts up to 70. It's going to continue to press westward through the Caribbean as we head into the rest of the weekend, and it should fizzle out by Sunday and send a little bit of remnant moisture closer to Central America early next week, though that's not really going to be a huge concern for them. Tropical Storm Cindy, basically 1,000 miles just behind it, now producing winds up to 50 miles per hour and gusts up to 65. This is moving to the west and northwest to around 16 miles per hour, and it's going to continue to move to the west and northwest over the next few days. It might strengthen a little bit more in the next day or so, and eventually it should weaken as it just misses the Caribbean, and it should weaken by the middle of next week as it gets closer to Bermuda. The reason why both of these storms aren't going to do much in the long term due to increased wind shear and dry air. So that's good news. These are not going to move into the Gulf. They're going to stay away from the United States, but we'll just keep watching those in the next few days. Luckily, there are no local concerns when it comes to the tropics. 7-day forecast shows the heat wave returning. High temperatures this weekend in the lower 90s. As we go into next week, check it out. Wednesday, Thursday, highs in the upper 90s, 98 degrees. Rain is going to be hard to come by starting today and really this week. We had the cooling showers yesterday. Not really going to be the case today or through the next 5 to 7 days. Where there are isolated storm chances today, not much, pretty stray shower activity for your Sunday. With that comes some scorching heat. That does begin today, but you'll really notice it by the middle of the week because temperatures are just going to steadily climb each and every day. Today's not going to be too bad compared to what we've got going on in just a few days. Like I was saying, we have some lower storm chances in the mix starting today and all the way through next weekend. It is a wonderful start to the morning, though. Beautiful, lots of sunshine, pretty comfortable to begin the day, though. Check out our high temperatures this afternoon. Climbing to the mid-90s, basically area-wide, lower to middle 90s, 93 Belle Chase, 95 New Orleans, and in Covington, 98 degrees Bogalusa, so it depends how much cloud cover is around today, but with a lot of sunshine, these temperatures can heat up pretty quickly. Feels like temperatures this afternoon can easily get close to 110 degrees. That's why we have a heat advisory in effect today. I'm sure we'll have another one tomorrow, and then we'll probably have those excessive heat warnings coming our way this week because feels like temperatures are just going to keep climbing, probably above 110 degrees starting at least tomorrow or Tuesday, and then we'll stay above 110, maybe 110 to 115 during the afternoon hours every single day this week. So it's going to be a relentless heat wave that just won't quit all the way through the next week. It's unbelievable that we have another one to contend with. It's a little bit hotter than the last one, but we'll get through it. We are trending mostly dry this morning. There are some showers and storms offshore moving away from land, so that's good. We'll stay dry throughout the morning. Beautiful to get out there and enjoy it now. Maybe if you go for those runs outside, try to do it in the morning hours or the evening when it's just a little less hot. So going throughout the morning hours, it's pretty beautiful to just kind of take a walk, take a stroll, give the dog a walk. Though going into the afternoon, that's when the scorching heat really starts to come. Speaking of the afternoon hours, check out this model. Really not much going on. There might be a stray shower or rumble of thunder. It's really going to be hit or miss. I only have about a 20% chance for today. But then you notice this model is bringing us some showers and storms during the overnight hours and early tomorrow. Most of it is staying to the east in South Mississippi, though we can have some showers and storms early tomorrow morning. This is Monday, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then going throughout the morning hours. We'll have a couple of those likely popping up, though by the lunch hour and the second half of Monday, will trend mostly dry. The model really not showing much for tomorrow afternoon. There might be a stray shower or rumble of thunder tomorrow afternoon. Not really anticipating much. Though the showers and storms that roll through overnight into early tomorrow morning, there is a low end risk that one or two might end up being on the stronger side. But the higher risk does remain just north of our area, and it's really confined to the North Shore, highlighted here in green. North Shore, South Mississippi, low risk for a strong storm early tomorrow morning. Not a huge deal, just something to keep in mind to start the day tomorrow. Though tomorrow should trend mostly dry. We can thank this upper level ridge of high pressure for keeping us dry, though that might not be really a good thing. We rely on those showers to cool us down. We're not going to see much of those this week, but we are going to see that scorching heat coming our way with this ridge of high pressure basically sitting right overhead for days by the middle of the week and through next weekend. Check out our temperatures surging to the upper 90s. We could possibly see triple-digit heat by the middle of the week. Certainly record challenging, possibly record breaking heat during the midweek time frame. So just kind of get ready for how hot it's going to be. Make sure you're always paying attention to your body this week if you have to be outside and work outside. Quick check at the tropics. Tropical Storm Brett is done. It's dead. There's no more to talk about. Tropical Storm Cindy is weakening. It's moving to the northwest. It's going to continue to weaken over the next 2 days as it moves through the moves north through the central Atlantic Ocean. It's encountering some shear, some dry air, helping to really tear it apart. There might be some remnant moisture heading to Bermuda by the middle of the week, but not a huge deal. Quick look at the 7-day temperatures in the upper 90s the rest of the week.